So that's the stadium walk around done. We're back out here now. Let's talk about the summer transfer window. How pleased are you with the dealings so far?
Well, I think just as the stadium's been a mammoth task for us all over the summer, it's been a very, very long and hard-working transfer window for everybody involved. I think we started off, after the last transfer window, identifying particular targets that we were interested in. We knew some of those wouldn't be immediately available to us. We started off, obviously, by negotiating new contracts with the likes of Sean Raggett, Rico Hackett-Fairchild, Michael Jacobs, who all signed up for a further stint at Portsmouth, which was great news. Extended options that we had on the likes of Louis Thompson, Jay Mingy, Jayden Reed as well. So they're all part of our long-term future for the football club. And then it was sort of looking at the areas that we wanted to strengthen in. Kicked it off tremendously excited by the signing of Marlon Pack coming in, who of course has such a strong connection personally and through his family to Portsmouth, so no pressure for Marlon in terms of how that's going to be, but that's fantastic that we were able to get somebody of his pedigree to bring into the squad. We wanted to have a focus on younger players coming in as well, so the likes of Zach Swanson coming in we see as a real bright prospect for the future. Really pleased to bring him in, and we started then to sort of bring the goalkeepers into position, made other signings that came in, but obviously the area of real concern to supporters, which I naturally understand, was the forward line and our recruitment in that particular area. It would have been very easy to do some lazy recruitment at the beginning of the summer and make some quick fix signings, but we had identified what we wanted to do, and I think we were all aligned to being patient and making sure that once we clicked the button on that first signing, that we hadn't compromised ourselves in terms of other signings in that position coming in. We wanted our forwards to be complementary to each other. And once we were in a position, obviously we got Joe Pigott into the building, we said farewell to Marcus Harness. Those in an ideal world, we would have liked to have then spent the money prior to Marcus coming in, because it's always in a good position if you buy before you sell. But these things don't run perfectly in the world of football. So Joe coming in was somebody that we had been looking at for some time. We weren't quite able to get that deal across the line as soon as we wanted to, but obviously as soon as the interest from Ipswich was expressed in Marcus, we were able to complete that loan signing. And then of course bringing Colby Bishop in, that was somebody that we had targeted for a long time. Danny in particular was absolutely resolute in his determination to bring Colby to this football club, and we got there. It wasn't without its own dramas, but we made it happen, and we're delighted that Colby got off the mark on Saturday. He will claim 2 goals, and I'm sure Michael Jacobs will have a say in that, but it's great, I think, always for a forward to get off the mark, and with the assists from Joe Pigott as well, it shows how exciting that can be. And then to bring somebody in with the quality, the ability and the precocious talent of Dane Scarlett was incredibly exciting for us. So now what we need to do is, we've still got some business to do, particularly in the wide areas, bringing us some pace into the team to complement the attributes we have elsewhere. And ultimately every window, it's not for me to determine whether it's been a good window or a bad window. I think those things are then judged later on in the season as we see how those players settle in, how they blend and how aligned they are to the footballing strategy and the philosophy that we want to be synonymous with Portsmouth Football Club going forward.
Last night was the second meeting of the Fan Experience Working Group. Just talk to us how that went.
Yeah, we've started to set that up last season. I'm very grateful to the PST, the Pompey Supporters Trust, for helping us facilitate that. We've got members from across the different areas of the ground. We've got several different demographics. We've got a good mix of male and female supporters, probably a little bit light in the 18 to 25 sort of sector, so if there's anybody else in that who would still like to join us, and we'd be delighted to have them on board. They started off at the first meeting looking at all the positive aspects and the negatives of attending matches at Fratton Park. Included everything from buying a ticket, travel to the ground, looking at safety issues, stewarding, looking at the experience in terms of catering, what we can do better pre-match, half-time, looking at the communications that we do. So every aspect that goes into the matchday experience was sort of really well audited and analysed. And then we've spent the second part of the sessions looking at areas where we can perhaps get some quick wins. And one of those areas that we'll look at next, Max, will be some of the areas that we're going to do with the Fratton Concourse. But there's other areas as well, Piglet's Pantry, our new catering partners, we're really thrilled to have them on board. Their produce is all homemade. They make it themselves in terms of all the pies and the sausage rolls, working with them, looking as well as how we can align outside the ground as well. We know we're building up a good relationship with a staggeringly good brewery, which we're keen to look at different ways we can work together, and perhaps some of the local pubs as well. They're not competitors, they're all aspects of, you know, the match day experience. They're all part of, you know, supporters coming to Fratton Park on a match day, and if we can work with them to create something really, really special, then, you know, it can only be good for the long-term future of the football club and enable us to develop crowds. What I'm determined to do is to build this stadium up as best as I can with the great team I've got, so getting near as we can full capacity for every game, because if we do that we then make a compelling case to grow the capacity further, you know, for when we progress the club and we can get into the Championship and beyond. So but we have to start somewhere, and we have to demonstrate that we can really fill every seat. And looking forward to this Saturday, we'll be in that position. We'll be very close to a home sellout on Saturday, which is incredible. I'm tremendously grateful to all our season ticket holders who have renewed for this year or bought a new season ticket. These are very challenging economic times, and for people to make that commitment, we're extremely grateful for.
And just finally, this Saturday we'll welcome a number of Ukrainian refugees to Fratton Park. How pleased are you to be able to do that?
2022 has been a very, very difficult year in the Ukraine. We've seen a lot of families displaced, people are having to flee their homeland, and a number have come to Portsmouth. And we just wanted to show our solidarity with the people of Ukraine, particularly those who have come here. So we'll have a good number of Ukrainian families here with us on Saturday. There'll be more than 50 in total. They'll be part of the flag bearers as the players enter the pitch. And we hope they have a great day. We hope we have an opportunity to put a smile on their face, and they very much have a day to remember. And we get their help, you know, they get their lives back in order as soon as they possibly can, and overcome the dreadful things that have happened to them.